Hi everyone, I'm Furkan. In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 games I played recently that inspired me as a game developer. We're starting with Quantum Break, the game that I completely misjudged at first. For some reason I always had this idea in my head that this game was a short experimental project, but I was completely wrong. It turned out to be a huge, perfectly crafted game. The gameplay, the visuals, the story, it all comes together. The game is mixed with a live-action TV series. You play a chapter of the game, and then you watch a 20-minute episode of a show that connects directly to the story. I was just amazed by the visual atmosphere. The game is about time-bending powers, and the visual effects for this are incredible. You see moments frozen in time, shattered and stuttering. I couldn't stop taking photos while playing. Beyond the look of it, the gameplay itself is great too. It's a third-person shooter, but your time manipulation powers make the combat feel unique and strategic. It's a 10 out of 10 game for me. It's a complete package and a huge inspiration. The next game is Jusant, which is about climbing a giant mountain, and the gameplay mechanic itself is just so pleasing. You control your left and right hands individually to move up the rock face. It's not fast-paced. You get into a rhythm, and it just feels great. As you climb, you explore all these different environments at each stage of the mountain. The game does an incredible job of making this giant tower feel like a real place with a history. I always had this feeling like I was about to meet someone just around the next corner. And I have to mention the soundtrack. It's just beautiful, and it does such a great job of describing the atmosphere of the game. The feeling of quiet exploration and vertical movement was a huge inspiration. Games based on big movie franchises can be very hit or miss, so I went in without expecting too much of the new Indiana Jones game, but I absolutely love it. It does a perfect job of guiding you through the story, and you really feel the joy of exploration. The controls are simple and intuitive. The visuals are just beautiful. You travel to all these different cities around the world, and each one feels unique and full of secrets to discover. What I really appreciated was how the connection between me and the game built up as the story got tighter. You really start to feel like you're on this grand journey. For me, as a developer, it was a great example of how to nail a specific feeling. They wanted to make you feel like Indiana Jones, and they succeeded. The mix of puzzle solving, exploring ancient tombs, and getting into fistfights is balanced perfectly. The next game is Still Wakes the Deep. I'm not really into horror games, but this one really felt amazing. It's set on an oil rig in the middle of the ocean that has a major disaster, and you have to find your way to safety. The voice acting and dialogue feel super raw and realistic. It sounds like real people in a terrifying situation, and that's what hooks you into the story. The atmosphere is thick with tension. The sound of the groaning metal of the collapsing rig, the crashing waves, the wind, it's all done so well. It's a horror game that doesn't rely on jump scares, but instead on a terrifying sense of place and situation. Creating an immersive atmosphere that truly captivates players is a complex challenge that requires moving beyond basic audio-visual techniques to a more nuanced understanding of environmental storytelling. To develop the skills needed for such creative work, valuable classes can be found on today's sponsor, Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, with thousands of classes led by industry experts. With learning paths, curated, sequential class collections, you can dive deep and master specific skills, taking your career or hobbies to the next level. Skillshare offers a wide range of creative classes, from digital art and illustration to graphic design, animation, film, and productivity. Olaf de Fleur's Learn Indie Filmmaking by Making a Short Film teaches you to create a complete 1 to 3 minute short film, perfect for beginners wanting hands-on filmmaking experience. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. Superliminal is a mind-bending first-person puzzle game built around a single brilliant mechanic: perspective. Objects change size based on how they appear in your view. Each new room surprises you, not just with puzzles, but with how it reshapes your understanding of its dreamlike world. It constantly stays one step ahead, creating a sense of wonder and discovery. The storytelling is integrated into the environment, with a surreal and unsettling atmosphere that enhances the experience. As a developer, I admire how the game is built around one elegant idea and explores it to its fullest. So, I hope you found it interesting to hear my thoughts about the games I enjoy playing. Let me know in the comments if you've played any of these, or if there are any other games that have inspired you recently. And finally, this video can be considered a filler episode since my football game is still under construction and I can't really produce a meaningful devlog in such a short period of time. I also wanted to try something new since I want to listen to and talk about games in general. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.